them down. Murad Batal Shishani, BBC News, Mosul in northern Iraq.
And now we've got an unusual story of generational tension for you. China's famous square dancers, sometimes known as dancing ladies, are a familiar sight in some parts of the country. The groups of mostly older women dance outdoors in unison to Chinese music for exercise. But their somewhat noisy routines have now seen them become the target of saboteurs. A new product available on the Chinese internet offers a remote device that can switch off their loud stereos, the ones that they use when they're dancing. Let's talk now to our China media analyst, Kerry Allen. Good to see you, Kerry. Tell us a little bit first about the device that's come into use.
Yeah, so literally just over a week ago, there was this video that went viral on Sina Weibo. This is the platform that people use in China rather than Facebook or Twitter. And it kind of looks like a remote control. And this man in Jiangxi province showed this device, held it next to a little stereo, and showed that it can literally stop the music. And then he showed as well that he literally went out to what looked like a balcony and stood overlooking this square of dancing women. And it's very common. Yeah, you see this in China, these women dancing along to stereos. I mean, there are hundreds of millions of women that do this all over the country. And you see them suddenly looking puzzled because he's pointing this remote and the music's just ground to a halt.
And tell us more about the tension that's been caused. There have been complaints and even more.
Oh, absolutely, yes. So these devices have blown up on Taobao. That's China's answer to Amazon or eBay. People have suddenly been rushing to buy these, deciding they can have a bit of fun with them. But yeah, there have been confrontations. There have been, because these women, there are so many of them. They're normally in certain places. They've started arguing with nearby people. I mean, there has been tension long term in China in relation to these women taking over squares and dancing. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like some people will get frustrated. You know, they live in apartment buildings and you've got young people with a boombox outside your apartment. But yeah, in China, the force to be reckoned with is very much older women.
It's really interesting, isn't it? And I'm wondering whether this generation, these older women in particular, feel they've got a right to have their freedom and make their noise. They've been through a lot in their lives.
Oh, absolutely, yes. And they're a growing demographic as well because China has an aging population. So increasingly, you've got more and more women dancing in squares now. I mean, it is kind of like low-level aerobics. So it's something that I think is quite quirky. And I kind of wish we had here, actually.
Kerry Allen, thank you very much. Now, a concert by the London Symphony Orchestra has been live-streamed free of charge into hundreds of care homes across the UK.